It all began with one of the most ambitious challenges ever seen. On YouTube, a man named Majd, who carried the weight of both his body and his struggles, stepping into a test that would not only redefine his physical limits, but also his entire future. In just 6 months, Majd managed to shed 100 pounds, transforming himself into a stronger, leaner, more determined version of the person he used to be. The reward was monumental $400,000 in prize money, but the real prize, as Majd would later admit, was never about the money. It was about reclaiming control over his health, rediscovering discipline, and proving not only to the world, but also to himself that change was possible. Today, 2 months after his incredible victory, we sit down with him again, not inside a circle or a set built for competition, but in the raw and unfiltered environment of his workouts. This time, it isn't about survival for a cash prize, it's about maintaining momentum, answering questions, and showing the world that true transformation does not end when the cameras stop rolling. Majd's story is one of consistency, accountability, and the courage to keep going even when it hurts. When asked whether he has continued working out since the challenge ended, he doesn't hesitate. He explains that his fitness journey has become part of his identity, that exercise is no longer something he does just to win money, but something he does to stay alive, to stay motivated, and to keep inspiring those who now look up to him. Of course, he admits with a smile that he has skipped a session or two because, after all, he is still human, but he makes a promise that from here on out, he is committed to staying consistent. This honesty is part of what makes his journey so relatable. The audience doesn't just see a man who won big on YouTube. They see someone fighting the same daily battles they do, choosing health over comfort one decision at a time. Behind the scenes, the cost of Majd's transformation was staggering. Not just for him, but also for the one who created the challenge in the first place. The production of Majd's weight loss video came with a price tag of over $4 million. $2 million alone went into constructing the elaborate set, a space that would become Majd's world for half a year. Another $1 million covered the cost of a full crew who dedicated themselves to capturing every moment of his journey. The prize money itself a life-changing $400,000. Yet when factoring in payroll and long-term staff costs, the total investment ballooned to around $5 million. That means for every pound Majd lost, over $55,000 was spent. To most people, those numbers sound insane. But to those who watched the video and felt motivated to finally take their own health seriously, my favorite memory, no price could. He has not only maintained his weight loss, but has gone even further, dropping from 222 pounds at the end of the challenge to 218 today. That may not seem like much to some, but it represents the reality that this wasn't a temporary stunt. This was a permanent change. Majd attributes much of this to one simple habit: tracking his food. Using an app called CalAI, he photographs his meals and receives instant breakdowns of calories and macros. For him, this app isn't just a sponsor, it's a tool of accountability, a reminder that every choice adds up, and a way to stay in control of the progress he fought so hard to achieve. By integrating technology into his daily life, Majd has built a sustainable system that makes relapse less likely and success more achievable. But perhaps the most powerful part of Majd's story isn't the workouts, the money, or even the dramatic weight loss. On TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms, clips of his transformation have gone viral, racking up over 1 billion views combined. Thousands of people have left comments saying they ran for the first time in a decade because of him, or that they finally found the courage to step into a gym, or that they started eating healthier because his story showed them it was possible. That ripple effect, touching lives across the world, is something Majd says even he struggles to fully comprehend. For him, the numbers feel abstract, almost unreal. And yet the messages from strangers remind him that his personal battle is now fueling the victories of countless others. At the core of it all lies one undeniable truth. Majd didn't just change his life, he changed lives. He took what was once a burden, his weight, and turned it into a beacon of hope for others. He looks ahead to his next goal, aiming for 180 pounds, not out of vanity, but out of a desire to keep being a role model, to continue inspiring those who doubt their own strength. He doesn't miss the fame or the spectacle of the challenge, but he admits he misses the simplicity of life inside the circle. No bills, no distractions, just the singular focus of a goal. It reminds him that clarity comes when distractions fade, and that same clarity now drives him forward into the next chapter of his journey. And so, as the Q&A wraps up, it becomes clear that this isn't just another video. This is a continuation of a story that began with weight loss and prize money, but has grown into something much larger, a legacy of resilience, inspiration, and proof that even the most ordinary person can achieve extraordinary things. That's about 1,300 words, roughly 1 to 1.5 minutes spoken. To hit 8,000 words, 8 to 10 minutes spoken, I'll need to expand every section. Majd's personal.